All right, now listen up. A lot of you probably didn't know this, but Trump's Truth Social is not just a place for social commentary. You can buy things there. So I'm all excited. I just went out and I bought that great new Haitian cookbook that everybody's raving about. You know the one I'm talking about. It's called All About Cats and Dogs. And I'm really looking forward to this. And anyway, they've been advertising this on Trump's Truth Social, whatever that is. And for $19.95, sending it to me. And I'm excited to see this. These Haitians, they know how to cook. So anyway, and speaking of which, I just finished watching the series on Netflix called Hitler and the Nazis. I highly recommend it. And particularly interesting because it was not just telling you what happened. It was all these live photographs live at the time of all the stuff that was going on, particularly the horrible way the Jews were treated, not just the concentration camps, but marching people, men, women, children, up to the edge of a cliff and then shooting them and then falling over the cliff. And some people were jumping off the cliff to avoid being shot, and of course they got killed that way. It's just hideous. And the Nazis were all worried because the people who were carrying this out, the troops who were doing this, were sick to their stomachs because of what they were doing. And the Nazis were concerned with how awful this is affecting the troops because they have to carry out these orders. And it's like, what? How did we get there? And then I look around at some of these rabid MAGA people and the anger that they have and the crap they believe, like the Truth About Haitian cookbook. They don't believe anything. And they're angry and they're bitter, and that's basically the base of today's modern Republican Party and the Trump supporters. And here's something that I'd heard this, but I thought it was a joke. MAGA, I don't know if you've heard of that, but this is Trump's slogan, Make America Great Again. We got that? You don't know. This is why you watch here. You have no idea how Trump came up with Make America Great Again. You think it came out of this giant brain of his that's always seething and coming up with creative new ideas. No, he stole it. Yeah, and they didn't steal it from me. He stole a lot of his ideas from me, but not that one. He got that one from Adolf Hitler, not the meat sauce Adolf, but the guy in Germany that caused World War II. You know what his slogan was? Make Germany Great Again. I thought that was a joke. I heard that. I thought it was just a joke. No, that was actually his slogan for Germany when he was running to get the Germans and get all this power. Make Germany great again. Make America great again. Yeah. And when you watch this thing, what motivated Hitler more than anything was a deep-seated pathological hatred of people he deemed to be inferior. To him, the war wasn't between the people who won World War I and took reparations, and we can go into that in some detail. They weren't really fair in the way they treated the Germans, but the Germans started the war. But it wasn't really about that. It was really about wanting to kill Jews, which he considered to be an inferior race, which kind of ridiculous because most of the inferior races that he hated were not white. He hated black. He hated Hispanics. I don't know how he felt about the Japanese. If he hated them, he didn't dare say it because they were bailing his ass out. So he hated those people. But they weren't white. Jews are white. At least the ones in Germany at the time. They were basically Europeans. They weren't the original Jews from ancient biblical times. Were basically Arabs, Canaanites. But these people they'd been gone for thousands of years, and they had basically become European. But he detested these people to the point where he was happy to kill men, women, children. He didn't care who they were, as long as they belonged to an inferior race. And it's like, this is really, really sick. But then you look at the Trump people here, and I'm not saying Trump is Hitler, but he does have certain things in common with him. One of which is, and here's another test for you people who think you know so much but you don't know anything. Hopefully you will learn something here, and then you can go out and amaze your friends, not your family. You never will amaze them. But, so don't even try. Next time you have a Thanksgiving dinner and everybody's acting like you're a moron, they're probably right. So don't try to change their minds. Just accept it. Learn to live with it. Some of us are born to be morons. My dog, for example. So, there you are. And it's like, okay, what is it that these people have in common? The ability to stand up and talk for 2 hours straight. Who can do that? Even I can't do that. I'm lucky to get 10, 20 minutes out of one of these things. I could never stand up and talk for 2 hours. 2 hours straight. Let's see. What comes to mind? Stalin. Yeah. Castro. Chavez. Hitler. And Donald Trump. Those are the top 5 that I can think of. I can't think of anybody else. And we've had great orators. We've had Kennedy. We've had Roosevelt. Great orators. Can you imagine Kennedy talking for 2 hours? Can you imagine any sane person talking for 2 hours? That's what Trump does. And he gets up there and he talks on and on and on and on, and he rambles and he goes from one subject to another subject, and then he's insulting everybody he can think of, calling them communists and this, that, and the other. And it's like, yeah, there's a certain type of person who does that. And what's amazing to me is there's also a certain type of person who says, oh, that's wonderful. They fall for him. And then they follow them without question. They cheer for them. They vote for them. They support them. And they give these people enormous power. And guess what they do? Every single one of the people that I have named abuses the power they get. And then you've got this miserable Vance running around out here. He's a great spokesman for Yale Law School. And he's out there saying, well, the liberals have got to stop this horrible talk that's inciting people to go out and kill people and try to kill the president. They're accusing the president of jeopardizing democracy. Yeah, because he did jeopardize democracy. So you're not supposed to tell the truth about people because someone might take offense? And here this guy is talking, and he is running as the running mate of the guy who invented, creating all the anger and animosity and violent behavior. He invented it. And, it's just one last thing on the Hitler thing. Yeah, they're complaining that Trump's a victim because a couple of people tried to kill him. So it's like, well, this has got to be his enemies are responsible for ginning up the... You know who else the people tried to kill? Hitler! That's right. And they didn't succeed either. So it wasn't because Hitler was a poor innocent victim. He just riled people up so much, both to go out there and do horrible things to other people, but also to make people want to do something bad to him. And that's what Trump does all the time. Mr. Vance, Mr. Yale Law School. Can you imagine that guy trying a case? I can't. I cannot imagine that man trying a case. And unfortunately, I have to try a case coming up real soon in San Diego, which means I can't be wasting my time talking to the likes of you. I have to go get ready for this trial. But in the meantime, well, I don't know what to say. If you feel like giving a speech, just keep it under 2 hours. Thanks.